Great. So what we will do is we will apply the concept of whatever fragments we have learned so far onto this surah. This surah Munafiqoon 63. A good approach is once you start to decode the surah and you start to understand it, it's a very, very good approach to memorize it, because then you memorize it after understanding it. Okay, to some level, of course, not to the levels of the seer and so, but you are still able to do it. So what we want to do in this surah is, first let's just identify all the harf of jars, as many as we can in this surah, and let's make a formula. Let's say when I'm saying, what I will do is I will underline everything. So I will underline things. If I underline single time, it's a harf of jar. If I underline two times, it's idafa. And if I underline three times, it's mawsuf sifa. That's our approach of detection. Okay. So we'll do like that. Okay. Iza ja'akal munafiqun. When I will stop, I will ask you uh, to either tell me the relationships between the words, or you can detect yourself. What I want you to do is basically from Iza all the way to Rasulullahi, this point. Let's see if we can find any harf of jar. Iza ja'akal munafiquna qalu nashhadu innaka la rasulu Allahi.
No, Allahi.
Allah.
Okay, so we think that the word Allahi is a harf of jar fragment. So what is the harf of jar used here? What is the jar?
Lam.
Ba ta kaf lam waw min fi an ala hatta ila.
Lam.
Which one is here? Huh?
Lam.
Where is it? It starts with an alif.
It's in, isn't we okay? I thought that we can count it from the middle as well. Allahi. So
No,
we will go.
no. It's a full word Allah. Okay, it's a full word Allah, nothing
Then
else. Okay,
okay, harf of jar is not there.
no, it's
Uh,
not there.
Ka in the start. Ja'aka.
Okay, before I answer that, Sohaib, let me just tell you which words you should not focus on right now. So, don't focus on Iza Ja'aka.
Independent. Yeah.
Don't focus on Kalu Nashhadu. Don't focus on Innaka. And the rest you can focus on. Whatever I strike away, you have not done yet. Okay, so let's focus on the ones that you have done that. Al
Ras-
Munafiquna la Rasulu Allahi. Is there any harf of jar fragment here?
No, there is no harf of jar in this
There
one.
is there is no harf of jar
But
fragment
I
here.
can see idafa here. La
Where is it?
Rasulullahi.
Yeah, the Rasulullah. Do you both also see that?
Yes. But law is not harf of jar here.
No,
La
it's
Rasul.
no, not harf of jar.
Okay,
It's
no, because yeah, the
followed
word
with
after
no
it
alif,
is not
What
followed.
is
jar.
this?
Okay.
What is this la? We know the word Rasulu
Hmm.
and we know the word Allahi, but we do
Hmm.
not know what is la,
Hmm.
right? Now, we have learned lam as a harf of jar as well,
Hmm.
correct? And the question is, if this is a harf of jar lam, why Rasulu is not jar? That's the question. And the answer to this is not a harf of jar lam.
Okay.
Okay, this is a lam of emphasis. Okay, when there are many types of lams in Arabic, the one that you have done is harf of jar lam. How do you know if it is a lam of emphasis and not the harf of jar lam? The word rasulu will tell you.
Hmm.
If it was a harf of jar lam, rasulu should have been jar. If it is not, this is something you have not done. So this lam is kind of this lam is a emphasis lam, and it's generally translated into truly, truly or surely. Okay, surely the messenger of Allah, or truly the messenger of Allah. Right? That's how it's translated. But in this entire part of the ayah, we have just one fragment, which is idafa. Rasulullah, right? Messenger of Allah. Wallahu ya'lamu, don't worry about it. Innaka, don't worry about it. Wallahu la rasuluhu. Any harf of jar or idafa or mawsuf sifa you can find here. What about wallahu? Do you think it's a harf of jar?
No, because Allahu is not in Jar.
Correct. Because the word Allahu is not in jar, therefore it is not harf of jar. Right? La rasuluhu.
No.
No.
Okay, it's not harf of jar, and you know it because now you still have the lam, but you have rasulu in rafa.
Mm.
That's how you know it's not harf of jar. Is there any other fragment operating here? Rasuluhu. How many words are these?
Basically, it is an idafa with an attached pronoun.
Correct. It's an idafa with an attached pronoun. And how many words? Two words. You see, Rasulu and who,
Who?
right? So it's an idafa fragment. Now here Allah is saying, previously Allah was saying, truly the messenger of Allah. Here Allah is saying, truly his messenger, right? His messenger. Moving on. Forget yashhadu, innal munafiqina, forget. Not innal munafiqina, just munafiq. Inna, forget it. बल्कि पूरा forget.
Isn't in the
Lakazib.
Munafiqeen make an idafa?
No, forget the innal munafiqina. You have not done that yet. Okay, let's do this. Wallahu and lakazibuna. Is wallahu any fragment? Any of the three that you know?
No.
Harf of jar, mawsuf sifa, idafa.
Wa is harf jar or
Okay, if waw was harf of jar, Mustafa, what should happen to the word Allahi? Allah.
that should be jar as well, or
It should be, but is it? No, right?
But
no?
Fahad,
Hmm.
wallahu, right?
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
who is the attached form of pronoun who, huwa, right? And that is in
No,
a
no,
passive
no,
and
no,
dar
no.
state.
I'll stop you there. No, it is not. Uh, you look, Tala, I think you have this confusion since last few classes. Allahu is a full word. So
Okay.
whenever you see the word Allah, who is not the attached pronoun. It's the word. Okay. So never confuse this who as an attached pronoun with Allah. Okay, it's part of the word, and don't consider it. If you consider it part of as an attached pronoun, then the word before it doesn't make any sense. There is no word like that. You break the word, and then it's not the word that it is known in Arabic for anything, right? So the word Allahu is the word Allah. This is the name of Allah. That's it. Yeah. So it's not the attached pronoun. So at least for this word, this confusion should not be in your mind that in the word Allahu, who is attached pronoun. It is not.
Right.
Okay. So so Wallahu is not harf of jar, because if it was harf of jar, if waw was harf of jar, who should have been he, which is not the case, right?
Correct.
So it's not harf of jar. So if it is not harf of jar, what type of waw is it? This is a
And
connector waw. Ataf. Call it ataf. And it means and, as you said. Okay? Lakazibuna.
No, because if it was harf of jar, then it shouldn't be lakazibuna.
Correct. And what
It's
should it be, Husayb, in your
lakazibina.
lakazibina? Right? Because bina, ina ending is nasab or
Ina
jar.
is the nasab or jar,
Right?
yes.
So this is again the emphasis lam. It's not a harf of jar now. Got it? Okay. Leave اتخذوا جنة لفسدوا.
फाद भाई वन क्वेश्चन
जी
अगर कोई हर्फ ऑफ जर जिस तरह भी सी नहीं लाम वाओ इस तरह से देखते हैं और वो हर्फ ऑफ जर नहीं है तो वो कनेक्टर और एम्फेसिस के अलावा भी कुछ हो सकता है
वाओ
वाओ कोई भी हर्फ ऑफ जर में जो इंक्लूडेड है वर्ड्स वो हम
there are
देखते हैं
few harf of jars like wow, for example.
वाओ लाम
There are different types of vows in Arabic. You have done two vows yet. Ek harf of jar and the
कनेक्टर
other is the connector. There are
कनेक्टर
other types of vowels
अदर
as
टाइप्स
well.
एज वेल ओके
Same with the case with lam. But
Okay.
not every harf of jar is like that. For example, min is always be min. There is no
Okay.
other type of min as we know it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. So up to this point from the beginning. Aymanahum junnatan an sabilillahi. Let's see if you can decode any of the three fragments that you know.
An.
Let's start with the first one. Let's go one by one, right to left. Aymanahum. Any thoughts on Aymanahum? How many words?
It's 3 words. Ayman and whom is attached pronoun. It's an idafa with an attached pronoun.
Perfect. Correct. Aymana and hum. It's an idafa with an attached pronoun. Aymana means oaths. So if Aymana means oaths, it's not iman, this is Ayman. Okay? It's not belief, it's oath. Okay? If it means oaths, Aymana hum would mean what?
Both of you all.
Hum.
Whom is them.
Them. So can you give it a shot? What should it mean?
Both of them.
Both of them. Okay, now
Their
in
oath.
not Desi English, in more better English.
Their oath.
Their
Their
oath.
oath. Their oath. Right? We start with Pakistani style English and then we have to end up in American or English style linguistics. Hai Tala?
I'm doing fragmentation.
Okay. Aymanahum, their oath. So it's an idafa fragment. Correct. Perfectly spotted. Junnatan. Is there any fragment operating here?
No.
No, it's just a single word. Right? Junnatan. So Junnatan actually means shields. Okay? And there is a hidden word as here. Their oaths as shields. I mean, we'll learn these things later on. So don't worry about how it comes and why Junnatan is Nasab and not Rafa and not Jar and blah. Don't worry about those things yet. Okay. I'm just telling you the meanings where I can, just to help you with vocabulary. Maybe it sticks in your mind. You don't really have to memorize. Okay. An sabilillahi. What's happening here?
An is harf of jar, which makes sabil is an in a jar state. And then
Sabilillah.
Sabilillahi is an idafa actually.
Idafa.
Correct. That's how we are going to label it, right? So an is a harf of jar fragment and sabilillahi is idafa. So an, remember what it meant? An?
From? No. Min
About or away from.
away from.
Okay. That's what it meant. Sabili, remember what is sabili? We have done this word before.
Sabili was bas actually word.
Correct. It was bas.
Yeah, it was bus. The water something.
Path or way.
Path.
Okay. Path or way. That's what it means. Now, if an means away from, can you translate the whole thing? An sabilillahi.
away from path of Allah.
Correct. Correct. Away from the path of
The
Allah.
path of Allah.
Okay. Good. Excellent. Innahum, leave it. Sa'a, leave it. Ma, leave it. Kanu, ya'malun. You leave this one. Okay. Let's go to.
Fatih,
Yes.
you said away from the path of Allah, but we
Ji.
don't have al here.
Al is
So,
Allah, makes a
Allah, that's why, right?
yes,
Okay.
this
The word Allah
relationship.
is common. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Correct.
proper, sorry. The
Correct.
word Allah.
Correct. Zalika, you can leave. بأنهم, you can leave. آمنوا ثم كفروا وطبع
Allah.
بهم
Fahad,
فهم.
why not be annahum be be it's a harf of jar, right? And okay, not coming direct after B.
Yes, but this is another harf. It's a full harf called bi anna.
Okay, be anna
Okay,
is
which inshallah is the next topic we will do.
okay.
So if you separate bi and anna, that doesn't make it harf of jar. So it's bi anna, you have to take it completely like that. Okay. So once you have learned that harf, then you will know the difference. Then you will
Right.
not get confused between bi and bi anna anymore. Okay. So ala qulubihim fahum la yafqahun, you can leave. Okay. Ala qulubihim fahum. Anything you can decode yourself.
Allah.
Allah is harf of jar.
Harf of jar.
Correct.
Qulub.
Qulubi is jar,
Correct.
which is heart, and him is attached pronoun.
That's pronoun.
Correct. So what is the relation between qulubi and him?
Uh,
The
idafa.
attached
Idafa.
pronoun.
Idafa. It's an idafa. Excellent. You see how two fragments are chaining together now. Slowly, slowly. You see that coming. Right? Ala is on or upon. Qulub is hearts, not heart. It's a broken plural. Qulub. And him is an attached pronoun. So ala qulubihim. Let's translate that one.
Upon
Upon their
on
heart.
their heart.
Correct. Their hearts.
Hearts.
It's
On their hearts.
my people.
And qulub is basically broken plural.
Correct. Kalbun, kalban, kalbin, kalbani, kalbaini, kalbaini, kulubun, kuluban, kulubin. Okay, so it doesn't follow the Muslim chart form. Okay? Fahum. In this case, fahum, you do not know fa, but it's very simple. It's a harf that can come on anything. It can come on an ism or a fail, various places, right? So, and this actually translates to so or then, sometimes to therefore as well. You see for many times. It does not create any impact on the word coming next to it. Doesn't make it jar or nasab or rafa. It just appears and it means so, then, or therefore. Okay? So when we start to decode full ayahs and sentences, then we will see more of an impact of and fa is attached to whom. So whom you should know what it is. You know whom, right? Remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whom.
Huma,
Whom.
hum.
Correct. Huwa, huma, whom. So they. Okay? So it's just a ism. وَإِذَا رَأَيْتَهُمْ تُعْجِبُكَ وَإِنْ يَقُولُوا تَسْمَعْ لِقَوْلِهِمْ. Okay.
Liqawli.
So أجسامهم and لقولهم. Let's start with أجسامهم.
It's a idafa.
Correct. It's an idafa. Ajsam,
Adsamu and whom?
yes. Ajsam means
Bodies.
Bodies.
bodies. Correct. Bodies. What type of plural is it?
Broken plural
Broken
of
plural.
Broken plural.
Of jism.
Of jism, yes. Of a broken plural, and it means bodies. And attached with hum in idafa form would
Yeah.
translate to
Their bodies.
their bodies. Okay. Here, this one specifically refers to not really physical bodies, as in it refers to the amount, the volume of people. Okay.
Mm.
So you know the whole idea of saying somebody or anybody. So actually, you're attaching a word body with it. It's an English legacy as well. So when people used to count people, they used to count actually how many bodies are actually in this room. That ultimately later on became words like somebody, anybody, and things like that with changed pronunciation. So actually, you're counting the bodies. It's classical Arabic, and Atsamu is a way to count basically how many people. And there are multiple types of interpretations of this. Some actually count them as physical bodies. So in this ayah, Allah is saying, وَإِذَا رَأَيْتَهُمْ تُعْجِبُكَ أَجْسَامُهُمْ. When you see them, their bodies impress you. Okay, so Allah is talking about Munafiqeen. So your bodies impress you. And some Mufassir say, okay, this is about the volumes, how many they are. Some say they are really good looking. I mean, you look at them, they are well built and all of that, sporty and things like that. That impress you. There are different types of opinions. The one that I tend to more feel convinced with is the amount, because back in the days, it was actually lots of kuffars and munafiqs versus some Muslims. So if you look at it from that context, I find it more convincing that it's about the volume of people being talked about. لِقَوْلِهِمْ.
Qawli is harf of jar. Li is harf of jar. Qawli is ism.
Is
And then, but I see another one. Is this
him.
interpretation is correct? Lihim is also an idafa with an attached pronoun. No, that can.
Likawli and him.
No, sorry. Can it be also a harf of jar? Lihim is also a harf of jar, or this is a chain reaction that you can.
I will try that you come back to this answer yourself again. So you said to me, Tala, that you see li and then kauli, correct? Which is harf of jar.
Yeah.
Then you took
Li.
a kaleji of kauli, which is lam, and you forcefully applied to him. You can't break a word, take a character out of it, and apply it to a different one. You can't do that, man.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So
too.
kauli is a full word that, as you just rightly said, you overthinking. Okay. So kauli means their speech. Speech. So him is of course pronoun, so it is their speech. Li is a harf of jar. You're correct. So this is the kauli is harf of jar majroor, and him is idafa. Okay. Now li translates to or for or in that. I think that's the translation we said. It can be translated to to or for. So Allah is saying, "Wa in yakulu tasma." When they speak, you listen. You listen to what? Li qawlihim, to their speech. That's what Allah is saying here. So once you have done the fails, there are many fails that I'm just striking out. Once you have done the fails, we'll come back to this surah, and then you'll start to see what Allah is actually talking about here. So Allah is talking about munafiqs of that time. And this surah has a phenomenal context of revelation. It's very interesting. We should read that too. Okay. كأنهم, you can leave. يحسبون, you can leave. Okay. خشب مسندة كل صيحة عليهم هم. Let's start with خشب مسندة. By the way, before you start, if you have a question popping up, that why is this kaf not a harf of jar kaf? Ka'anna. It's the same case like bi anna, right? So ka'anna is another full harf. That's why we don't consider it here. Okay, so we'll learn that inshallah in the next topic that we will do. Khushubum musannadatun. Now, I'll give you the meaning of khushubum.
Is it Mawsuf Sifat thing that is comes up? But
It means planks of wood. Planks of wood. Khushubum. Okay. Now, can you give me 4 properties of khushubum?
Rafa, single, masculine, common.
Okay. I'll write everything that you say. Now, rethink the 4 properties again. And see if there is something that could change.
Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, Muslimani, 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 Muslimin.
What does khushubum means?
Planks of the. Okay, yeah. It's a broken plural.
Broken plural.
It's a singular feminine. And
Correct.
it's a feminine. I was about to say that because tun is feminine, so I said it cannot be Mawsuf Sifa because
Correct.
a male is. But all right.
Correct. Now,
Mistake.
I mean, the reason I gave you the meaning is exactly that, right? So now you know the meaning, you can detect. Okay. So now it's planks, so it's not going to be masculine. It's going to be
Feminine.
feminine, right? And now you do the musannadatun.
It's Rafa, singular, feminine, common. So it's a Mawsuf Sifa thing.
You see that? So this is mawsuf sifa, 3 lines. And musannada means leaning. Leaning planks of wood. It's like thin planks of wood. When you just put them next to the wall and they're leaning next to the wall, that's what this means. Leaning planks of wood. Okay? Allah is saying that what they speak is like a leaning planks of wood or hollow pieces of wood. One wind can just throw it away. It's as insignificant. That's the context here. Okay. Kulla sayhatin alayhim. And whom? Tell me everything you know about this.
Kulla sayhatin is idafa with alayhim is harf of jar.
So, kulla sayhatin idafa. Agreed, Sohaib and Mustafa?
I cannot understand. Kulla.
Kaf
Is
is
it
not kaf. Kulla is not harf, right? So it's light with no al followed by jar.
But
Okay,
isn't
let's talk
kulla
about
like
kulla.
all?
Let's see if we know something about kulla. There is a
Is it
famous ayah in the Quran that says everyone will taste the flavor of death.
Mm,
Do you know that ayah?
yes.
Kullu zaiqatul maut.
Kullu nafsin za'iqatul maut.
Maut.
Right? Now, that's the same word here. Kullu. Okay? It's just in nasab form here.
In nasab form. Okay.
Okay? Kulla is a word that we have done in one of the topics we did before. And I want you to really reach that point to just identify it yourself instead of me giving you the answer. Right? And it's part of it's certainly not part of Mawsuf Sifa.
It was special mudaf, right?
It is special mudaf.
Okay.
Correct. It
Yes,
is special mudaf.
kullu, every, all, each. Okay.
Correct? Correct? So kullu. It's just the nasab form of that word. It's a special mudaf. And because it's a special mudaf, it must have a mudaf ilayh. Right? So sayhatin is mudaf ilayh. Okay? Sayhatin means outcry. Outcry, or everything spoken about, for example. Kulla means each, every, any. That's the kind of meaning. And I told you some constructs with kullu. When kullu is used for with common and singular ism as a mudaf ilay, it means each and every. Right? So it would mean each and every outcry. Okay, I'll tell you the context of this after we have done the alayhim part. So is this clear? Kulla sayhatin. Everyone sees the is as a idafa with special mudaf. Great. Now alayhim.
Alai is harf of jar.
Harf of jar.
Is
Him is
him is
attached.
which is in nasab state.
Nasab tala. After
Yeah.
harf of jar.
Didn't we said that the him is whom is the attached form and him and
No. You. What I'm asking you, alay is a harf of jar, right?
yes.
And after harf of jar, you would have a pronoun in nasab, correct?
Yes.
Hmm.
Harf of jar.
No.
Actually, harf of
Huh?
jar. Jar.
You will have a pronoun in nasab or jar after the harf of jar.
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 Harf, and then pronoun should be in the jar form after harf.
Correct. Not
Yes.
nasab form. That's what I'm trying to correct. Okay. So after harf of jar, it's going to be jar. So him can be in nasab or jar, both, because that's how the attached form looks like.
Exactly.
So there are harfs that make things nasab. So in that case, him would be nasab, but in this particular case, it's alai, because which is the harf of jar. Okay? So this is harf of jar fragment. Okay? And alai was upon, so it would translate to upon them. So this is one of the characteristics Allah is speaking about during that time, and probably also true here as well. That whenever you speak about wrongdoings, or whenever you speak about anything that goes against the Prophet, the Munafiqs believe that they are actually talking about us and they have somehow uncovered us. Allah is talking about their inner feelings. Imagine in Medina, Munafiqs are sitting right in the middle with everybody, positioning themselves as very true believers, and Muslims are talking about that. I mean, somehow some mishap is happening. We have a suspicion. There might be some conspiracy going on. Blah 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 blah. Those munafiqs would feel that everything which is going against the Prophet and all of that is actually talking about themselves, and they suspect, oh, we are exposed probably. Allah is telling about their inner feelings, how they feel. So, kulla sayhatin alayhim, each and every outcry, they think it's about them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fahad, I was pointing to this fact that in the pronoun we has huwa, huma, hum, right?
Yes.
In the detached form, or in the attached form, it was who, he, huma, him, ma, whom, him.
Correct.
That's where the him was coming from, and that's why I was saying it's a nasab or a jar state, and now it's connected to harf of jar. Therefore,
Correct.
it is a jar state. Is that
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
That was my fragmentation.
Correct. Absolutely correct. And just a reminder, him or whom, they both are attached forms too,
Yes.
right? They both can be nasab or jar depending upon how they are used. In this case, they're used after harf of jar, so they are jar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whom is an independent pronoun. Everyone sees that?
Correct.
I know it's independent because there is nothing before it that can make it jar or nasab. فأحذرهم قاتلهم الله أن يؤفكون. You can leave this. Okay. وإذا قيل تعالوا يستغفر. Okay. Up to Rasulullah. Lahum.
Harf of jar.
Correct. This is simple. Lakum.
Harf of jar as well.
Harf of jar. Rasulullahi.
Idafa with attached pronoun. Sorry. Yeah,
No.
idafa.
Idafa, but not with attached pronoun,
Not
with just
attached
two
pronoun.
normal isms.
Yeah.
Right? Good. Lawaw. Oh, sorry. Lawaw. رؤوسهم ورأيتهم يصدون okay. رؤوسهم.
The ru is
رؤوسهم.
rusa. Rusa is one word, or
Give me your opinion. I want you to build that skill. رؤوسهم. How many words do you think they are in total here?
2 words.
Which ones?
Ru'usa, hum.
ru.
Ru'usa and hum.
Maybe.
Ru'usa and hum. Ru'usa means faces.
Okay, then it's idafa with attached pronoun.
Idafa.
Faces or heads.
Their faces,
Okay.
their heads.
Ru'usahum. Their faces, correct. Or their heads. Heads, I think, probably would be better translation. Heads. Their heads. Idafa. Okay. Hum mustakbirun. So you cannot do this one right now. Okay. Sawa'un alayhim astaghfarta lahum lam tastaghfir lahum. So sawa'un alayhim.
Idafa with light with no al followed by jar.
What is light?
Sawaun.
But
Are you
it's
sure?
heavy. It's heavy.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, it's tanween sound.
It's
And
heavy. Okay, so it cannot be. It cannot, and another reason it cannot be idafa is because it doesn't have a mudafile. What's the mudafile?
sorry, yes,
Yeah,
it's alayhim is harf of jar.
alayhim is just harf of jar. Correct. So sawaun is just an independent rafa ism. Okay, and we'll find out more when we do sentence structures. What it's doing here. Okay.
Lahum.
لن يغفر الله لهم الله لا Okay. Lahum, yes. Lahum is
Harf of jar.
harf of jar. Harf of jar. Okay. When the situation in our country was going on, I was thinking about this ayah. Inna Allah la yahdil qawmul fasiqin. Indeed, Allah does not guide the nation of the corrupts. The nation that's fasiq. And Allah is mentioning this in Surah Munafiqoon. And I was trying to think about what's happening in our country. Why are we not able to get out of this? Because as a nation, we have gone too far away from the guidance that Allah gave us. And Allah says that I don't guide those people.
Fatih,
Ji.
hum mustakbirun.
Hum mustakbirun. Yes. What about it? So,
We didn't discuss it.
yes.
Dependent.
Yeah, we
So
didn't
hum,
discuss it. I passed it through because you know whom
hum we
as a
know. Yes,
pronoun,
it's a
but
independent
you do not
pronoun.
know what the relationship is.
No.
Yeah, you only know whom. That's why I passed through it.
Okay.
Okay. يقولون لا تنفقوا Hatta yanfad. Okay. Humul lazina. It's a challenging one for you. You probably are not equipped to answer this, but I have not striked it because you have seen the word al-lazina before when we were discussing proper, the type. So we said ism mausuls, allazi, allazina, allazani, allatid, all of those things. We will do later on in our studies. You can only do this ism once you have done the fi'ls because it has a strong relationship with fi'ls. So even after this one, look, there is a fi'l coming here, which is very important relationship. So allazina is a proper ism. They're always proper, and they are standard isms. They're inflexible.
Fahad, if
And
I will translate it, I will translate it like this. Homul is an idafa attached, saying light with no al, followed by jar, because allazina is in a jar form of a plural state.
no,
No.
when we were doing idafa, we said pronouns can never be mudaf.
Pronoun can never be mudaf. Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
That's right.
Pronouns, proper names, those things cannot be mudaf. So you don't know this relationship yet. All you know is this is a pronoun. Okay. And you have heard about this word before in our studies. We will do that, inshallah. But just to give you a reminder, I did not strike it through. Ala man inda Rasulullahi. Let's see if we can find something here.
Allah
Allah
is
and man both
Allah
are
is
no,
with
min is harf of jar. Okay,
Correct. The harf of
not
jar
man,
is min, not man.
not man. Yes.
And
Allah.
there is a very, 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 very big difference between min and man.
Okay.
Just with one haraka.
Hmm.
Man is ism mausul. You cannot do it until you do really good level of Arabic. Min is a harf of jar, you know today.
Hmm.
And man is a ism, full blown ism in itself.
Okay.
It's an inflexible ism. That's what
Hmm.
I should tell you here. And then you try to decode all of this.
Allah
So,
is harf of jar with the
mhm.
attached pronoun.
What is attached pronoun?
Yeah. With
So you have again taken the kaleji of Allah and tried to attach it with something else.
okay.
You are saying you are saying Allah is a harf of jar, right? Why
Hmm.
are you breaking it apart, man? Just keep it yeah with it. Don't cut it across. It's not Eidul Adha. Don't sacrifice it.
Then
Allah
it's
is Allah, right?
Allah.
It's a
Okay.
full word. It's a harf of jar that you know, right? It means on upon. It's the same harf of jar that you use assalamu alaikum. That's the same harf of jar, right? So harf of Allah is independent. Okay, it's a normal harf of jar. It's actually making the next ism jar, and that next ism is inflexible.
Hmm.
Man, it's inflexible, and you do not see any ending sound or ending combination with inflexible. So
Hmm.
it means whoever or who. That's what it means. Okay. So if Allah means on or upon, ala man is a harf of jar fragment.
Hmm.
Okay. On whoever. That's what it means. Okay. Now this is man is also an ism mausul. I don't expect you to remember this, but I'm just telling you. And it's usually always proper. Ism mausuls are always proper. Okay. When things are always proper, they do not normally come as a mudaf. Right? Ism mausuls do not come as mudaf. Pronouns do not come as mudaf. Proper names do not come as mudaf. Okay. So because of this reason, man would not have a mudaf ilay relationship with the next word. You cannot start to see man as an idafa. That's one reason. The second reason is the next word is not an ism. It's something else that you know.
It's a special
It's a
mudaf,
special mudaf.
mudaf in the before. Or
It's a special mudaf ism, correct. It's not a normal ism, it's a special mudaf. So because man cannot be light or lightest, it's inflexible and it's a proper, it never comes as a mudaf. So you cannot build this relationship. So you'll just move directly to the next word and not think about too much between the relationship of man and inda. So there are scenarios where you don't have relationship. This is one of those scenarios. Okay. Just like you did in Sawa'un and Alayhim. Here, there is actually no relationship. Inda Rasulillahi. Let's see what you know about Inda Rasulillahi.
Inda is a special mudaf. So Rasuli, Inda Rasuli is mudaf mudaf alayh. And then Rasulillah is also mudaf mudaf alayh.
Correct. Perfect.
Beside the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam of Allah.
Correct. All right. So I think let's just complete this ayah and then we'll close. It's time. Walillahi khaza'inu samawati wal ard. Walakinna. Can leave walakinna. Innal munafiqina. You can leave this part. Okay. Okay. Walillahi khaza'inu samawati wal ardi.
Lillahi is harf of jar.
It's jar majroor. Lillahi. It's a lam with attached with the word Allahi. Right? So it becomes lillahi. It's a jar majroor fragment. Sorry, not two lines, one line.
Line, yeah.
And waw is
Line.
connected here, right?
Waw is a connector. It's not harf of jar.
Not her. Okay.
Right? Now, khaza'inu as-samawati wal ardi.
This is Mawsuf Sifa relationship.
Between which words, Salah?
Actually, Khazain is a ism and a Mawsuf, and then as-samawati wal ardi is, I can see, two sifa, and that make Khazain as well plural because it's a chain reaction.
Okay, so you said many things.
Yes, the chain reaction.
Look, the status, number, and gender is not impacted by chain reaction. It's the type that is impacted by the chain reaction most of the times. Okay. Sometimes status is impacted, but this is not what's happening. Let me give you the meaning of khazainu and see if you still think the same. Okay. Khazainu means treasures.
Yeah, it's a broken plural. Then it become a singular feminine, and a samawati is also a.
Correct. It becomes rafa, singular, feminine, and type will wait for it. Okay, so now you know khazainu is singular feminine. Okay. And a samawati is coming after it. What is the status of a samawati?
Rafa. Singular.
Okay. A samawati is rafa?
Muslimatun, Muslimatin. Muslimata, Muslimat. Yes, it's in an
Samawati,
Muslimatun, Muslimatan,
It's a plural, right?
It's a nasab form.
It is in plural. It's a feminine plural
Samawati,
chart.
Samawati.
But what's the status? Is it rafa, nasab, or jar?
Nasab or jar.
It's nasab or jar. Last column was muslimatun, muslimatin, right?
Yes.
No, so it falls into nasab or jar. And we just said khazainu is what status?
Rafa.
So there is no way they can be mawsuf sifa. See that, Tala?
Yes, I see.
Correct? Now there has to be something else.
Then it's a idafa with the idafa relationship, khazainul light with no alf followed by jar.
Correct. And that's what it is. Okay. So it's a idafa relationship. Okay. And because khazain samawati is proper, khazain would become proper, right? So now samawati is skies or heavens. So it will be the treasures of the skies. Okay, the treasures of the skies. Now here's the tricky part, and pay attention here. Now you have a vow and you have al-ardi. What do you think it is?
So this
Connector,
Hmm?
connector.
Okay. Connector. Okay. Could it not be jar majroor?
it can be because the word after it is in jar.
Okay. So we have two options, right?
Hmm.
Now what will tell us what it is? That's
The
that's
ism,
that's what you need to understand now.
Hmm.
Okay.
the ism next to it is in a Jarr state.
Which one?
Al-Ardi.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So we have a vow, and now al-ardi is in jar state. So my question is this vow a harf of jar vow or is it a connector vow? That's my question that I need to answer, right? And now what I know is when I say wallahi, is it a harf of jar or connector?
It's a harf of jar.
Harf of jar. So when it is a harf of jar, what does it translate to? What
The
is vow
oath
for?
of Allah.
It's
Or
an oath,
state.
right? You would
Yeah.
say by Allah. That's what you say, right? Now, if it is a harf of jar, al-ardi means earth. You know that, right? Al-ardi means earth. If it is harf of jar, what should it translate to?
A oath by earth,
By
But
the earth,
doesn't
by
make
the earth, but it
right?
doesn't. Yes,
Now, if it is a connector, it should translate to and the earth,
and the earth. Yes,
right? Now tell me, what do you think it is?
it's a connector here.
Tala, what's your view?
it's a connector because it doesn't make any sense.
Hmm.
Correct. You see how your common sense is now playing that role? Grammar is not going to give you everything. It's the context and the common sense that will tell you lots of things. Okay. So, and we also learned one thing in the previous classes, that when you have a vow, which is a connector vow, it actually passes on the status to the next ism,
Hmm.
right?
State.
Passes on the status to the next ism. We did that in some of the previous classes, if you remember. Okay, so al-ardi is jar because the effect of a samavati being jar is transmitted to al-ardi because of the connector vow. Okay,
Right.
you understand that? And that is why this entire thing is
Is
an
idafa
idafa.
of
So Allah is saying the treasures of the skies and the earth. Otherwise, if it is oath, then you're saying treasures of the skies by earth. Doesn't make sense.
Correct.
Yeah, good.
I learned one thing, that don't do this rata because
Correct.
this, you have done so many exercises and I said, oh, this is Mosul Sifa. You see a chain reaction.
Yes. You know, Ratta has a very strong relationship with you, Tala. You know that, right?
As always. You know that
Historically speaking as well. But mashallah, you guys are doing phenomenal. Look at this scribbling. I mean, how much you can already do. That's so amazing. Right. So I'll send you the screenshot of this so you can keep it in your record, maybe impress your imam. Look, we did that. Yeah. So it will help you. Based on this, try to do the Surah Taghabun. In the next class, inshallah, we'll try to review it just like that. I want to make sure that the three fragments that you have done, you completely own them before I move forward. Okay? We'll apply, learn, address every question, and then we move forward. Okay?
yes, inshallah.
Inshallah. Chale, that's great. Inshallah, I will try my best to find that time to do some striving for wisdom work,
Hmm.
and we'll see if we can do it in the next class or the one after. Inshallah. Okay.
Yeah.
Until then, Jazakallah khair. Stay
Yeah,
safe.
thank you very much.
And
Thank you. Have a
Ji.
nice day.
Jazakallah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.